Today we're having a very fun match, guys. Another best of 3 series, and we are still at the Go for Euros monthly final. And this game is actually quite fun, because if you look at the two teams that are facing each other here, Arthas and ATN Fancy, what are they really known for? They're known for aggression. Both of these teams are known to be very aggressive in their playstyle, to go for compositions that are just trying to putting in the hurt early on in the game, and that's of course what we're expecting here as well. Arthas on map number 1 here on Sky Temple in the best of 3 series is running this not only with Arthas, which is always cool, but they're having also the Lost Vikings, Sylvanas and Zeratul. So a very well-rounded composition for them. A Nubarak, Vala and also even a Muradin in the composition for ATN Fancy. So a very strong front line that they have, and also a pretty sick CC chain that they can establish here. Guys, we're going to jump into the first game to find out what's happening here. Sky Temple, map number 1, to kick us off in the best of 3 series at the Go for Heroes monthly final between Team Arthas and ATN Fancy.
Alright boys, semi-final number 2, and I have to admit that I'm really looking forward to this one, because this is not only a pretty cool draft for the two teams, but we also have at the same time now the teams going up against each other on, I would say, roughly at the same level. Arthur's going up against ATN Fancy. It's going to be a great series in my opinion. It's a best of 3. We are in the semi-final, and this is Sky Temple, map number 1. Sevkaja on Brightwing for the Russian team to the left side. We have Unstable on Sylvanas, BKB on Arthas, hell yeah, Arthas for Arthas, Kunichan on Zeratul, and Andy Landy on the Lost Vikings. To the right side, it is ATN Fancy with Happy on Rhaegar, Crosby on Jaina, Blumbi on Muradin, Davis on Nubarak, and Vala, my girl, gets some love. Dark Mok is playing her. So this is going to be a cool one. I'm liking it. And also, especially since we're having Vikings now being played, there's a Zeratul in the mix all of a sudden, and there's Arthas as well. Like, this comp is super interesting. And that's actually one of the things that especially the Russians are, I don't want to say kind of known for, but they are pretty damn good at that. Like, coming up with some comps where they can maybe get a sneaky kill against someone. A map win. At the top lane, we're already having them right there. Happy is starting to move in with that, as you can say. And there we go. BKB, Unstable, Sevka, Dark Mok. They're trying to lock them down here. They have the extended range on the totem. And look at Blumbi coming in from behind. Sevka goes down. The counter kill attempt against Happy, but yeah, that didn't happen. So it is first blood for them. In the mid lane, on the other hand, Kunichan is currently using his Zeratul. He's probably going to go into that right-click build. We have him with a Regeneration Master taken on level 1, so he's not going to go into anything like Seasoned Marksman, Reduction on Cooldown, Block, or all the other talent choices that you still have open to you here. Oh, wow! Up at the top lane, that party never stops, does it? Arthas goes down now as well. Alrighty, so Crosby is already there with the rest of the team to be ready and soak the temple, but we have Arthur starting to fall behind a bit. I've been talking about this in the last few casts and over the last, I would say, 2 weeks. ATN Fancy is just so incredibly strong right now. These guys are so damn good, it's scary. They are really making a run for the top 4 currently on the European server, or I should even say the top 3. They are here to stay, and for a long time they've actually been the new kids on the block, and right now they are doing extremely well. It's just a pleasure to watch them. Yeah, it's super aggressive, the rotations are great, and teams definitely know that, especially when they get their Muradin and Tirana roaming squad, they are a pain to deal with. So that's what usually is banned out, and this game is not making no exception there. Mid lane, super aggressive now as well. Top lane already taken by Team Arthas. Bloom is moving in once again. The stun followed up by Nubarak, missing actually the Impale, but the second one, or the Burrow Charge, he missed that one. The Impale was spot on, and they got the kill, but Dark Mok gets Vikinged here. Alright, 3 Vikings, or 2 Vikings are a bit too much for that fragile flower. That girl is down, and Blumbi runs straight into Kunichan, and Kunichan is just like, yeah, sorry buddy, but that's the wrong spot to jump to. That blink doesn't help you. Again they're moving in. Oh my god, that slugfest in the middle. What's going on? And Nubarak is dying now too. Arthas is suddenly ahead. Wow, arrow to the face. Down goes Sylvanas. Holy crap. 5 kills against 4.5. Like, that first temple phase, what happened? 3 minutes in and we have 10 kills. I cannot remember when I've seen such an aggressive game on this map. This is beautiful. I'm loving it. It doesn't stop. Vala once again down. This is getting crazy. Just look at Jaina. Can we pause real quick? I need a smoke. And they're just like, of course. What's going on here? I'm loving this. Okay, Darkmock apparently just leaves the game real quick. Some connection problems. Like, in the middle of the fight, he's just like, can we pause? And I was like, of course you can. They really don't care. What a start into that game. We are level 7. So many kills already. Let's look at the talents a bit, shall we? Like, also against the position here. I mean, there was so much happening. We didn't really get a chance to talk about anything. A Thunderclap build on Muradin currently. We have Beetle build on Anubarak. There's multi-shot build, including Arsenal, on level 4 now. For Vala, and we're having, of course, that change on level 1 for Rega. In this case, we're having the Colossal Totem with the increased area of effect, so that's actually pretty sweet. That's something that you can definitely run then later on, also on level 16 with the potential Earthgrass Totem, which is always nice. We're having the right-click build for Zeratul with focus attack and also with his follow-through, so that's pretty cool to see. And Destruction this time taken. The last time that we saw Arthas in a game, it was not Destruction, but the reduction of mana costs on your Frozen Tempest, which I actually have never really seen until that point, or at least not in competitive environment. So in this case, it's the more standard talent. Arthas is running Arthas with Destruction, which gives you just extra damage, which is pretty cool. And looks like whatever happened to Happy, he's now back to business, and yeah. So after that Slugfest, it was actually great that we had that base, so that we at least could talk a bit about the build so far. So yeah, full rotations the entire time. The big thing, of course, for Arthas during all of this, the team, not the hero, is that they had Vikings on all of the lanes soaking, and that was great. That was actually really nice. So that we are now suddenly in a position where they are a bit ahead in experience that will allow them to maybe even get level 10 before the next temple phase starts. That is going to be really cool. If they get that, at least for them, not so much for Fancy. That early talent alone is already great. Now there's level 7 versus level 7 and they're going straight, but again BKB with a shield and he gets away. Howling Blast, and go look at that, Kuni-chan is again there. Oh my god, you gotta be joking. Darkmock, they all survived, they all got away. Jesus, I'm loving this. This is just like you put two fighters that are super aggressive into the same cage and that's what you get. They are all just jumping in, dishing damage. Who dies first? That's the game that they are playing here right now. Spin to win, and Arthas is about to die as Anubarak is burrow charging in once more. Oh, Kuni-chan misses in the last second. His singularity spike. Vala is still there. Another kill. This time it's Olaf who's dying. Happy is low though too. And they get the stun against Brightwing. Brightwing heals himself in the last instant and gets away. That level lead is still there. Vikings in the mid lane. Full battle at the bot lane. Level 9 versus level 8. And I cannot believe what's going on there. I mean, seriously. We currently have such a great game back and forth. Take that, IGN. Over here to the... actually, now the Siege Giants are being taken, but at the same time, it's once again Arthas that have something to say about that. Moving in with 4 heroes, trying to prevent that. Up here, Crosby. Darkmock moving in as well. Unstable on Sylvanas, maybe a bit too far out. Now it's for his own good. Is trying to move back. Both of the teams trying to get their heroes together. At the same time, look at those Vikings. They're everywhere. Level 10 is going to hit so soon. Oh my god, this is going to be brutal. I mean, at least the Siege Giant cap ends up in the hands of Alternate Fancy, but still, against the Vikings, they are starting to fall behind. Level 10 is going to hit any second right now. Once again, we have Sylvanas moving away, and it's also Brightwing. There's no stun left. And without their stuns, they just can't get Brightwing out. They cannot fight for this over there. Kuni-chan! Oh, the Icelands. Just barely missing. Andy Landy is still spinning his Vikings everywhere. They are getting farther and farther ahead right now. Just look at that. Mid lane is being pressured. Of course, Alternate Fancy. They know they can't go for the temple here. They need to do something else. They need to start soaking lanes, and that's what they do. They need to close that gap in experience and get level 10 for the heroic ability, and that's exactly what they're currently aiming for. At the bot lane, that means that this temple is gonna fall, or this fort, but we're having at least now the 10 ready for them as well after they just soak mid and top lane. And they are ready to fight. Of course they are. I mean, what else in this game? They're already jumping in. They're still moving for it. Look at that Blizzard. And also the water element. They're trying to go for BKB once again. Arthas is trying to keep himself alive with the Army of the Dead, but so far he's not really able to make that. There's the Zeratul Void Prism on the other hand, locking 3 of them down. Arthas is still alive, and so is BKB. He's trying to heal them out. There comes the Stormbolt, only hitting 1, not 2, even with a piercing bolt. And again, they turn things around. They go straight for Muradin. The Vikings are already there, going for the spin to win again. Longboard is already in position, and they're trying to take down Darkmog. Oh my god, the double kill. It's Vala and Jaina, and now Rhaegar maybe dying as well. Yes, the triple kill. A few of the Vikings go down. Everybody just rushing away. The 2 tanks are still alive, but Arthas might have another Howling Blast that he's going to be able to use. Oh, let's stop. No, the kill. Brightwing gets the kill in level 12 versus level 11. That 1 level lead is still in the game. Oh my god, like this match. 10 kills against 7. 17 kills, 7 minutes into the game, and this is only the first map. I am loving this. Could we please make a best of 11 out of this? Oh, this is fun. We have in the mid lane, Happy is still there. Just look at these damage numbers this early in the game already. 14,000, 15,000, and Nuburak, Vala, oh my god, Sylvanas with 19. What a fun game here. I'm loving it. I am absolutely loving this match. Okay, so bruises taken. I mean, there is no rest here, is there? Top lane, Andy Lendy is still going for his splits on the Vikings. Like, everybody is still alive there. And Unstable is, of course, utilizing his skills there. With a win, by the way, no Barb Shot. Barb Shot is getting more popular these days, so just double checking. In the mid lane, on the other hand, there we're having it once again. Sefka together with the Vikings here. Brightwing needs some love. Found 2 little friends, but down to the bot lane, that's a different matter. Oh, Kunichan. No business there. Getting a bit too antsy on Zeratul, just moving across the map and trying to make something happen. The 13 talent is there. Wow. The balls of steel, and they put them on the table. They go for boss. Zeratul is down, yes, but still, there are a talent behind, and they just say, like, guys, we need to do something. They're at the top, they take our fort, let's take that boss and take theirs. But they need to be back, and they need to do it fast, because now their keep is being pressured. Boss taken, they're gonna lose the entire wall. Worth it? I am not so sure. At what cost, boys? At what cost? Well, right now the cost of a fort, and also at the cost of maybe an entire wall. So this is getting really scary. And once again, Alternate Fancy is like playing cautious. Who is this cautious that you're talking about, and why is he never here? Nice heal again. Tivis survives Blizzard. He gets the Blizzard in. The strafe. All that AoE damage. And here comes the Void Prism. Once again, the Void Prism. Where is that multi-shot with a Sloan on 13? They have it already. We have Bloomy moving in. He's already using on level 13 now his Burning Rage to maybe get a bit more damage in against the Vikings. They're once again still going for that, but Bloomy needs to move back, and of course Ancestral Healing is still in cooler. All the heroic abilities are cooler, and Olaf is dead, and now suddenly it's Arthas who has to move back. Here comes the stun. The double stun against Unstable, and also against BKB. BKB goes down, turns around, tries to just like stop that onslaught for a little bit longer, but they're already rushing in once again. We have Muradin on his Billy mode trying to jump in, maybe with another stun. They can lock Sefka down, maybe Unlendi, just somebody, and he's waiting for it. He's waiting for it, waiting the jump out. Here comes the go, but he doesn't get that Stormbolt in just yet. We have them moving in once more, going straight for the fort, trying to take that now down and maybe close that gap in experience. It's only half a level, they're away from Arthas, and with the 13 talents, we have them at least with a bit of a gap closer here, thanks to Jaina also running sprint, could use that. Normally you use that to reposition yourself to get away, but in this game, this is definitely a gap closer. We also have Healing Surge now taken, and that bug is going to be very happy about Spell Shield. That is going to keep them alive just a bit longer. It's a temple for a temple. Top lane versus bot lane. That's what we're currently seeing here in the game. And in the mid lane, we have Andilendi still moving in with his Vikings, doing his thing. The top temple, of course, or the top fort, already gone. Kuni-chan is still there. Yeah, it's trying to face check in the crowd there. They already saw that he's coming, and he's like, well, maybe I should move back now, because these guys expect me already. Yeah, Vala, Darkmog in the mid lane, apparently getting a couple of kills in against the Vikings, stealing away the Siege Giant camp here. Pressure against the keep. Well, this is where you have to be careful if you're playing on Arthas. They already push in the top lane or the bot lane over here. Here comes Brightwing. Brightwing, uh-oh, Void Prism, alert, danger, it's a trap. And here comes Arthas with a Howling Blast. Heal! But it doesn't. Yes, she survives. No, yes, no. Gets at least the Water Elemental out to help maybe a bit for the rest of the team to escape. The Dwarf is getting slaughtered mid-air. no way to escape those Vikings. No chance, Lance. We have the rest of the team moving down to the bot lane now. ATN Happy and Devis. They might get a few more... Nah, they shouldn't go for that. I mean, that's a death trap down here. So you can't really do anything. There is a rotation happening from Arthas already. If you move down there, you are dead meat. There's, by the way, also the Earthgrass Totem. Combos very well with the Colossal Totem on level 1. So that's exactly what they were going for from the start. We have a double blood for blood now, and also on the side of Jaina, it is Northern Exposure. Well, Arthas tries to take that camp there. There's 2 heroes dead, 1 dead. They can't take it. There's Andy Lendy already waiting. Well, they can actually, because right now Brightwing took the watchtower, jumps in now again, but needed a bit more time, and the bot lane was taken, so the Bruiser camp is taken by Alternate Fancy after all. Good for them. Really good for them. We have Norse Force taken, the double bombs on Zeratul. There's a Stone Form on Arthas, who is really tanky with this build, by the way. Relentless, Rune Tap, Army of the Dead, Stone Form, and that really puts him in a really nice spot when it comes to sustain. And with Hardened Shield, he could get that again. He could actually get that again. So, well, over here, they're starting to move in once more. Look where Zeratul is. Zeratul is very far away. He's actually pushing the bot lane at this point. And might have to be back. It's still that level lead. It's 9.5 kills against 12 kills right now. And they're trying to go for Zeratul. They want Zeratul. They want him bad. And blinks and has to use his Void Prism. Zeratul bubbles. There's Arthas. Bloomby is still there. He sees him. But he can't close that distance, can he? No, you can't jump in there. Dude, like, no, bad idea. There's too many opponents just yet. So yeah, this is going to be pretty sexy because, well, top lane we have still that pushing, but this game is pretty cool. I'm liking this. I mean, like, they just go full out, like, fight versus fight the entire time. B back approach, apparently really expecting a big push up at the top lane. So yeah, there it is. We have Unstable and Zefka. Are they gonna try and go for that? Shrine comes up. Can they lock somebody down? Nah, there's the Blink already against Unstable, but at least they de-push the lane. It's still very close. I mean, there's a level lead now still for Arthas, but you all know how fast that can change. It all depends on if the 20 talent is going to appear at a time when there's also temples on the map that you can take because of it, because you get that advantage or not. Talking about damage, well, actually, before we do that, let's just wait it out here. Now, talking a bit about damage and also about, of course, what we're seeing in terms of siege, especially Sylvanas with the build that we're having here, even without the Barbed Shot on level 1 at 108,000. Hero damage, 30,000 right now. On Vala. That's basically what you have to beat. There's also a lockdown against the reindeer. Nah, Happy gets away. Well, Rhaegar, they're claiming that temple. They're claiming the temple right now. I don't think that Arthas is gonna like that. There's also the boss on the map again. So the shots are gonna come in. Half of them are already gone, putting pressure on the mid lane. That's additional XP that you get there. Looks like Arthas is gonna try and force a push at the bot lane. Yep, there is a siege giant camp that they have. And they, Alternate Fancy, have to abandon the mid temple now. Nice maneuver there. Here comes Devis, and Happy on the other hand, running straight into BKB, and they're gonna try and take him. Oh, stun, one missing. Stormbolt missing here. Once again, Avatar being used. Strafe in the back line, but the silence is hitting already. Oh, and it kills Rhaegar. Without the healer, you are in trouble. There is no ancestral healing for you right now, but Bloomby gets away after all. Oh my god, can Bloomby get the kill in? They get the kill against Zeratul! They get the kill against Zeratul! Oh my god, the Siege Giants blocked Devis! The Siege Giants just blocked Devis, but still, it's a 4 versus 4 right now, and they might be able to turn around here. They save the keep. Well, Zeratul is probably going to snipe it at some point, but they save it for now, and now the mid lane is claimed by Unstable, who needs to be super careful because those minions are about to take him out. If anybody moves in here, if Bloomby gets that jump, no, doesn't even see it, but BKB, he could beat that meteor. Yeah, he gets slowed again with a frost shot, and goodbye, Arthas. 64 seconds without Arthas. Level 20, that's of course the talents that they have now, and there was a Hardened Shield already in play. Rewind on Zeratul, we have the Ragnarok and roll, and with 60 seconds on Arthas and another 10 on Zeratul, it's of course a no-brainer that they will go for boss here, and there is nothing that they can do about it. And Lendi is saying hi with Eric, but yeah, you need a lot more than just having a bit of a slingshot there to make that happen right now. Stun against Mirrodin, probably wants to be really close to that circle in there. They get the boss. Can they get a stun in there? Oh my god, one stun. Jumps in. Norse Force being used. boost, and they kill Olaf. There's the 20 talent. Vala, full damage. What else? Blink? What is Blink? It's like, that's like an artist, right? So, we'll have currently Nexus Frenzy taken. Vala wants the damage. Vala wants damage. My girl. Like, I'm so proud right now. Double Hardened Shield, and what are we going to see on the side of Rhaegar? That's one of the things that I'm really looking forward to. Storm Shield probably. But, well, it could be something fancy. Let's look at DPS for just a second, or like damage dealt over the course of the game. Vala at 45,000. And she's looking at that and she's like, I can do better. Nexus Frenzy is going to be my thing. And Vala so far has been dishing out a lot of damage already. But, well, we might even see her come into play in the next few fights with a bit more burst damage against single targets. So, looking at the talents again, still no talent taken on Rhaegar. Probably going to wait with that a bit longer. We are 17 minutes into the game. Sky Temple 17 minutes in. Pretty great game that we're seeing here already. Bot lane is about to be taken. That's where we're currently having Kunin-chan coming into to play with this. Yep, over here we have again a 5-man roam, but the Temple is at the top lane. It's apparently a trade. It's going to be a trade. Temple for Temple, that's what they're currently going for. But already, as I said earlier, Zeratul wants that fort. Or that keep. Blinks in, goodbye, blinks out. And also BKB in the mid lane. So they are playing this really well. I currently like what they are doing here. And the move back by Davis. The boss, of course, is earlier already has been doing damage. There is still a camp there. But now that mid fort could be in trouble. Bot lane, we still have Muradin there. But the rest of the team, Arthas is moving away. This is anybody's game to take, guys. At this point, I mean, yes, Arthas, of course, isn't a bit of a lead. No question about that. They took down the first keep already. But still, this is a game that each one of these teams can still win this. And this is only game number 1. And I'm absolutely loving it. This is so much fun right now. This is everything that I expected. 2 aggressive teams going up against each other on a map like this. Hell yeah, you're gonna have fun. Bam! Keeping the mid lane is down. Arthas with a great move, making sure that they just outmaneuver their opponents here. They had the shots already depleted earlier in the mid temple, and therefore they could afford that rotation. Jaina is taking down the camps over there, and now of course there's a massive amount of pressure against Team Alternate Fancy. But they took down a keep on their own, and they're pressuring core with those giants. So Arthas, at least for now, has to move back, has to do something about that, and that allows now map vision in the mid lane thanks to the watchtower for their opponents. Starting to move in with this, and well, let's see, over here a bit of a trap, a party bush, and nobody cares about it because Arthas is just simply moving to the bot lane and says like, not gonna happen. Alright, so let's see. There's Sylvanas saying hi, looking on the map, and they could actually just start to move up to the top lane and snipe this one. They could move to the top lane and try to go for a snipe. Darkmog is visible, and they just rotate over. It's going to be a race. No, it's not. They're moving back, they're moving in. What are they going to do? This keep is going to fall. The keep is going to fall, but what happens after that? Zeratul is going to try and bubble them. They're going to go... Zeratul is going to try and bubble them right now. Oh, and there it is! He stops them, he bubbles the rest, and they go for the core. They're trying it again. They did it once already, and they're doing it again. Here comes the silence. Zeratul just stops them from moving back. Arthas with the moves. Zeratul is dead. Here they come in, 40%. They could get it. They could get it. It's so close. Oh, Sylvanas is dead, and they go for Sefka. 8%, and Arthas, you sneaky bastards. They get it. What a move! That was amazing! I'm loving it! They get the game! Game number 1 ends up in the favor of the Russians. Congratulations!
A pretty sick game on Sky Temple here. Super aggressive by both of these teams. That's exactly what we were hoping for. Both teams just at each other's throat from the first minute. Really entertaining what we had there. And it is Team Arthas that takes game number 1. So they're able to win the first game here. And we're going straight into game number 2 of the series. And of course, it is against Blackheart's Bay. Alternate Fancy, when they go down, they pick their favorite map and they take it here again. And they also have now suddenly a composition, once more, that is very heavy on the front line. With the Nubarak and Muradin, they're trying to get the damage in. At the same time, Arthas is more relying on a composition that is once again focused on Abathar. Abathar together with Zeratul, together with Ethereal, so really just trying to get the mobility on the map, having Abathar soaking split push experience and just helping out with Symbiote wherever he can. So this is game number 2 coming up now. Arthas, of course, they want to clinch out the series with a 2-0 victory here. Alternate Fancy, they're trying to make a similar comeback like the one that they made earlier against Team Nihilum If they can pull it off, well, we're gonna find out now, jumping into one of the best maps for Team ATN Fancy, Blackheart's Bay.
Alright boys, game number 2 in the best of 3 series here at the semi-final of the Go for Heroes tournament, and well, right now we had a really good game number 1. That was pretty sick, and especially that finish. So yeah, super excited for this one, and well, let's see how this is going to end here. Currently we're having, to the left side of the map, we're having Arthas with Brightwing played by Sefkaja. Of course, Arthas is in the lead right now after the last game. Well done there, especially that last move, of course, with Zeratul denying the B-back was great. Currently, as you can see, we're having Jaina being played by Unstable, BKB on Tyrael, Andilendi on Abathur, Kuni-chan on Zeratul. To the right side, we are currently seeing Rhaegar being played by Happy for ATN Fancy, Crosby on Kel'Thas. We're having Devis on Tyrande, Darkmok on Uberak, and Blumby on Myrddin. So yeah, a fun lineup for the two of them, especially of course that Abathur composition is going to be pretty sweet. We have at the bot lane the two tanks going up against each other. Yeah, BKB is not going to have an easy time here against Darkmok, who has all those speed builds. I guess at the beginning it doesn't really matter too much, but once you have your level 4 and especially the level 7, you just can't get pushed off that lane. So that's really not going to happen. Up at the top lane, the first wave is being obliterated immediately, and that's oftentimes what you are trying to do as a team to get the experience early on. Then you can move down to the chest, and 50 seconds in the perfect timing for them to go straight for this one. So yeah, well done here by them. The bot chest, on the other hand, is probably going to end up in the hands of Team Arthas, since with Abathur they can just like roam that map pretty easily like this. Whoa, oh, at the top lane on the other hand, oh, starting to stun, Abathur helping out, and whoa, that was a close one. Sefka nearly dying there. That was nearly the first blood of the game. 5 coins to 5 coins. At the bot lane we're currently having Darkmok and BKB. So far BKB is actually doing pretty well. With that shield on Tyrael, he seems to give Darkmok quite a run for his money. Top lane on the other hand, Andilendi is already out there. He's already out with his slug. He's like, alright, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it, I'm gonna get it. Trying to stay outside of the vision range so that he can move in to take the experience. That's of course one of the main things that you want to do with Abathur. Soak EXP on several lanes, and the way that you do that is you have to put that onto a lane where you basically have to like soak experience with the body and then also with the symbiote. Those are the two things that can soak experience for Abathur. Locusts don't soak experience. Monstrosities don't soak experience unless they kill stuff. If you kill stuff, it doesn't matter with glitch, you will get the experience, but only for that one click. Devis here? No way the Devis is gonna get out of that. Oh, they kill Kuni-chan and BKB. They get the kill against Tyrande. The 3 versus 2 situation, and they get the kill in. Really well done there. So at the top lane, we have currently... I mean, Arthas is really playing this quite nicely. I am liking the early game that they showcase in here. We're seeing probably, I guess, amplified healing on the side of Tyrael. Would be a bit surprised to not see it. Oh, the slug! What? Oh, that's what I call a slugfest. Oh, Slabberthor in action. Andilendi maybe a bit too aggressive with that. Oh, but Kuni-chan missing that last singularity spike. That could have been a potential kill against Kel'Thas. Happy is also pretty low. Once again, the teams are super aggressive here. That's kind of what we saw in the last game already. All of them really trying to go for it, trying to put the damage out, trying to do their thing, and I'm loving it. I'm loving that they're not suddenly starting to play like super passive here or anything, but they just cater to their strengths, and it is a pleasure to watch that. It wasn't the last game, and I hope that we are going to have as an exciting game as game number 1. Pressurized Glance, Adrenal Overlord on Abathur. It's the Abathur build these days. The only things where you can have... Yeah, the only 2 talents actually where you have a bit of variations, level 7 and level 13 I suppose. Level 7 either Needle Spine or you go into Mule, depending on what you have to do. And then on level 13 it's either Soma Transference or you really go just for that additional stab, which helps a bit with the extra damage on Abathur. That can be pretty great. Kuni-chan is currently in the mid lane at the Pirate. We have Unstable together with him, trying to prevent Blumby from turning him in. Devis is rocking that Tyrande skin. I'm really liking that, but it's currently actually for sale, but I'm not quite sure if I really should get that, because I don't play as much Tyrande these days as I did in the past. Yeah, chests are up on the map once again. Actually, it's a slight lead that we're seeing for ATN Fancy here. Keep in mind, they're 1 game behind in the best of 3 series here in the semi-final of the Go for Heroes monthly. So if they lose on Blackheart's Bay, which was, by the way, their map choice, then it would be all over for them. Right now, we're seeing just at the bot lane a lot of potential pressure. Unstable is already rocking his Mechano Spider here. But at the top, of course, one of those chests already claimed by the team in red. There's the level 7 talents where we're having Gust of Healing, Happy and Crosby running 9 coins alone. They have 18 coins, but we had Arthas just now turning in. And that's pretty cool for Arthas because in this case, with them turning in, they deny the turn-in for the opponent's team for a long, long time and might be able to get a pick-off in the mid lane, and they do! They get the kill against Kel'Thas, they get the coins, really well played, and that just suddenly took... Yeah, that took actually like 6 coins away from them. Very, very well played here by Arthur. So they get the kill against Kel'Thas, they get the coins, they have a mule now running on Abathur on level 7. We're having also, of course, follow through for Zeratul. Very well played here. Nice moves by Arthur, and that's, of course, quite unfortunate for Alternate Fancy, but a great start into the game. We, by the way, have currently also, in this case, Tyrande running with Mule. So both of the teams are rocking a Mule there. But, yeah, well, this one is already down. And Nuburak got killed. Bot lane Beetle already down. This time apparently not ready for Kuni-chan to jump in and help BKB out. Oh, but Blumby wants to get that kill here. And Kuni-chan is just like, hell no, I'm out of there. Moves away in the last second. They have so many coins still, like 7, or at least Zeratul has a few. The rest of the team, most of them turned theirs in already. They're trying to go for it once again. 13 against 5 coins. Oh, well, they are moving in from behind. Crosby is there, but was apparently not seen. Ah, now, there we go. And, okay, he sees it. They jump in, and here's Brightwing. Oh, that is so mean. That gang squad with Brightwing and Kuni-chan. That is such a mean comp to have Brightwing and Zeratul in there. Brightwing jumping in for a polymorph, adding a bit of damage, and Kuni-chan just being ready with his skills. Wow. I would hate that. That's also one of the main reasons why Kuni-chan was waiting there in the first place. Pretty cool setup there from them. We're seeing again the Colossal Totem taking level 1 for Rhaegar in this case, and so probably it's going to be the Earthbind Totem on level 16 too. Now we have level 10 Judgment, there's Water Elemental Blink Heal, as well as Ultimate Evolution and Void Prison. And here comes Kuni-chan again, and Brightwing too, so Darkmook should really move back here because, well, that's not gonna end well in this case. There's the kill on the tower already. Quick stun from Tyrande, but not really too much that they can do with that. Abathur, where's actually Abathur? Still soaking here in the mid lane. Up to the top, we're having a nice presence here for Alternate Fancy. 10 coins on Bloomy. They have 17 coins in total. But now, oh my god, Darkmook so good. Dodging the Judgment. Really well done. But, well, Tyrande is going to die, and Darkmook is probably not going to make it either, since he's still in cooldown. Yes, both of them dead. And, of course, the fort is going to fall. The rotation is there. Fort, they don't go for it. The copy on Jaina. That was actually one of those things where a lot of people were talking about Jaina being really too strong when they talked about Abathur going for a Jaina copy, since she was just such a huge DPS here, especially when she just got released. Everybody was just like saying, alright, double Jaina is going to be a thing. You're going to have all that burst damage. And for most of the part, it actually never really happened. But in this case, we saw that burst coming into play. Level 12 versus level 11. It looks very reminiscent of the last game when we had that 1 level lead the entire time for Team Arthas. Yes. There comes Kuni-chan moving in once again. Unstable. Sefka, they're just all on the move. Blumby! Oh, this is suddenly going to turn into a 4 versus 5 since Abathur isn't really with the team just yet. Doesn't have a copy up, but the Phoenix, well, kind of useless in that case. I mean, they can zone and maybe get the turn in. Uh-oh, now they can't anymore. But yeah, this Phoenix didn't really do any damage, but this did, and that was a fast burst against Zeratul. Kuni-chan a bit too far out, and, well, at least they didn't really lose too many coins there, or did they? I don't think so. Did he still have a few? I'm actually not quite sure. Right now, BKB is tried right away on his Wolf, and Blumby is getting that turn in, and this is going to be attack against the mid lane. So far, well, actually I have to say, like, looking at that, there's no damage to any of these structures, so this fort is going to survive, and as long as Arthas makes sure that they have a couple of healers in the mid lane, they will be able to mule that up to full health once again. They just need to make sure that nobody moves in and drops that, and that's the important part. Oh, and with Water Limit, they're trying to go for Kel'Thas, even without Zeratul, but nice. Kel'Thas going for the Gravity Labs, but apparently they're not just yet. Oh, BKB from the side jumps in with a Judgment, and Crosby is down. Kel'Thas is toast. and Muradin was trying to jump away, but he is dead as well. The double Jaina once again for all that damage, and Kuni-chan is looking for even more targets, moving in over here. By the way, the fort is still gone, so not quite sure how they got that down. Apparently somebody just got damage in to get it with the last bullet there of the ghost ship barrage. Normally what you need to do to take that out with the first barrage is you need to drop one of the towers to half HP, and I was pretty sure that wasn't the case just yet. Maybe it was the gate itself that already suffered some damage that I didn't see. That could be the case, but yeah, it was definitely a close call. That was the last bullet that came in there. So right now we have 8 kills against 2. Arthas is playing a great game once again. 8 kills against 2, double ice block here. Darkmog on the other hand is trying to jump in. BKB is there, brawling at the front line, and moves back just in the last second. Saves his team a trip to an infirmary. Alright, well done. Keeps all of them alive, just blocking for them a bit. Andilendi is down at the bot lane, is starting to push that in, and put some extra pressure on the key fort that we have over here. Unstable is already there, and the slug is on the move. The slug is on the move on the map once again. Talking about the level 30 talents a bit, we already talked about like Happy going into Rhaegar. With Feral Lunge he gets the extra damage. We have him, by the way, also with a Feral Heart taken here, which is pretty cool. Kuni-chan with a setup, but I don't think that they can really capitalize on that in any way. So yeah, they have the cooldowns now in Void Prison, and need to be a bit careful with that. That camp is definitely going to end up in the hands of the Alternate Fancy. But at the bot lane, look at that Abathar. Just look at him, like he's in the middle of the lane there. He's just standing there, burrows away or thinks about it, and he just goes for experience range once again. So far, he knows that everybody is currently up at the top lane. There's nothing that can really take him out, and that's one of the reasons why they get so much experience in at this point. If you look at the XP, Abathar has 10,000. That's the most XP in the entire game, just because he's always out on the map. He died once because of it, but still, it's a pretty sick move by him to just make sure that his team is always going to be ahead. Move at the boss, that's a very ballsy call as well, so they are going to try and take that one out, but at the bot lane it's starting to apply a lot of pressure against that. Look again, Brightwing once more just jumps into Zeratul. They're taking now the towers down. One tower down, they're going straight for the entire wall. They don't even care about the boss at the top lane, and they will be able to put some additional pressure onto that structure here. We have, by the way, Soma Transference taken an adrenaline boost. Makes a lot of sense to go for these talents. So there, once again, we have the rest of the team moving in up to the top lane. Of course, you have to defend against the boss, but it's nearly a 2-level lead that you have right now. Yeah, Rhaegar is a bit too fast. That Water Elemental won't be able to keep him down for long, especially if Blumby, yes, loses his stuff. Oh, that is a different matter though. Sorry, Rhaegar, but that Ancestral Healing is just way too late to deal with that. There's also, again, Numbing Blast taken here, but over there, oh, Brightwing and BKB. Oh, that's 9 coins. That is 9 coins that they just lost there. Yeah, maybe getting a bit too confident. 20 coins now on the side of Alternate Fancy. This game is definitely not over yet. They have a nice lead on Team Arthas, that is, but they should definitely not take Alternate Fancy lightly. That boss is still going to put pressure on the top lane, and that might even kill a fort. Sorry, keep. Oh my god, no! Kuni-chan is dropped. They lost all of the coins, except for 5. The 5 on Unstable are the last ones that they have. 25 coins, that's nearly 2 turn-ins. And with those chests that we see right now, that's easy 2 turn-ins. Easily. There's like no problem to get 2 turn-ins out of this. Unless they are being contested, of course. The top already, yeah, well, they lost the gate itself. Here comes the turn-in. So many coins. I mean, all that dirty esports money that they're rocking right now. And they, of course, have map control now, which they use to take more camps, put more pressure on Arthas. The start of a comeback here, for sure. Damage in general. We have, yeah, Jaina rocking it pretty much, and also Kel'Thas. There's BKB, but yeah, he's all alone. There's nobody to really help him out. Zeratul just now came back into the game. And now, of course, the question, what do you do next on the map if you're Team Arthas? What can you do? Are you going to contest the turn-in? They got a camp over here, so at least they got the Siege Giant camp. But besides that, I mean, what are you going to do? What's going to be their next move? Looking at the level 16 talent for their opponents, here's Ignite now. There's the Earthquest Totem, great talents to go for, and also, of course, the True Shot Aura together with Stoneform. That's a great level 16 that we're seeing for Alternate Fancy, and Arthas might have misjudged that match a bit. They had a great lead, they were doing extremely well, but now that move up at the top lane and losing several coins on their heroes for a little bit too often puts them now in a bit of an awkward spot where we could actually see not only a comeback from Alternate Fancy, but also with them winning this map, they would force out a third one, and that puts Arthas course, into an awkward spot where they might actually end up losing the whole semifinal. Right now, Fancy is gaining momentum. Just look at those clips and Bloomby. I mean, Dwarf is rich. Dwarfs are greedy, and we all know that. And that is exactly what this one does very well. Now they are starting to rotate again. Kunichan's actually eating that owl and is already blinking away there. Top lane, of course, they see them. But they go straight to... Okay, they have to be back. They have to be back, and they have to do it now. They don't do it. It's only Khaldor. Now the rest of the team does it. They're not even going for the keep, okay. So they were just faking it. We're trying to apply the pressure by saying, like, okay, boys, move back. We don't want to deal with that top lane when you are still there. We want to de-push the camp. We want to create some space. Andy Landy leaving the game. Not intended. There's no pause, though. Why is there no pause? There's the pause. Ah, look at that owl, by the way. So apparently he has a bit of a disconnect here. But yeah, interesting to actually like see that all come together now, because we have level 18 versus level 18 at this point. Andy Landy has so far been doing really well on his Abathur. He's also back to business now. But here at the bot lane, a bit of pressure against the first keep. Rotation from the rest of the alternate fancy players to the mid lane. There's still 15 coins on Bloomby. Difficult to contest that when your opponent is sticking as 5 the entire time. It's 4 kills against 9, and Arthas was starting to throw their lead away a bit. So level 20s are of course going to become extremely important now. Once again, the attempt to turn in, and Bloomby is going to get that turn in. I mean, there's nobody that even contests that. Oh, BKB, really? You want to try that? Okay, contest is there. Jaina is rotating over. Okay, they're going to try and contest it. They don't want to deal with this. It could cost them the bot fort, and they don't want that. Oh, Kunichan! Yes, and there they're trying to go for it. Wow, look at how they melted away. And Nuborak didn't stand a chance there. And here comes the ice block. Brightwing. Zeratul is already down. Brightwing goes down in the Starfall. Wow. A 2-for-1 again. 33 coins right now. They are rich. Baby, do they... What? What the hell just happened? Wow, Jaina with a double kill, but still, it's still a 3-for-3. Jaina gets a double kill in there. Oh my god, like that damage output that we just saw a second ago. Holy macaroni. 28,000 on Abathur, 22,000 on Jaina, but that's a turn in right there. They still have 21 coins. They still have 21. Oh my god. That is actually like insane right now. We have 17 coins still on Bloomby. The kill count is 8-12. But the last 2 fights have really not worked out for Arthas. They're still having experience. But they are... Well, they're not going to lose a keep there. Neither does, by the way, Alternate Fancy. But yeah, still. Like, these last few battles... Jaina is, by the way, the only hero in the entire game that hasn't died once yet. Not once. Unstable. Always able to get away there. And the slug is moving again. The slug is moving on the map once again. So, yeah, job well done. Down in the mid lane. Another turn-in attempt. Kunichan, you're living a very dangerous life, my friend. I'm not quite sure if I would do that. Blinks in, blinks out, and here comes the Storm Bolt. Misses him. He's trying to bait them out, just trying to buy some time, and that actually could, yeah, that is going to be boss. They're going to get the boss. They are going to get it, but it's also going to be another turn-in, and that will eliminate the keep. Or will it? Yeah, it's definitely going to eliminate it. So, okay, so keep is going to be down. And the boss, well, burst or die. They bursted, level 20s are there, they have the boss right now, double hardened shield, and here comes the stun, ice block being used once, ice block being used another time, they jump on the healer, they go for Rhaegar, there's the silence, and they're trying to drop it, and they get it before the ancestral hitting is through. Coins everywhere suddenly on the map, Phoenix and Starfall at the same spot, but oh, the kill, double kill. Jaina and Brightwing are dead, but they're trying to go for Gelthas. Gelthas is down, Andy Landy's copy is moving away, Kunichan low. Muradin! Oh, gets unhorsed, and Kunichan moves through the creep wave so that Muradin can't land his stun. It's still a 2-for-2, but Abathur is, of course, still a force to be reckoned with if he jumps on Kunichan to move in there. And that's exactly where he is. Bloomby is very much alone. There they go in. Here comes the stun. BKB. No, they're not jumping after them. This is a bit too risky. 5 coins against 4. Now we have to keep demolished in the mid lane. That one is already gone. Up to the top, the wall is also halfway taken out. And once again, Kunichan is moving in. Devis is still there. This is a double stun though that we're seeing. We're seeing a double stun there. BKB, they're going in. They're trying to go for Tyrande. They get her. Tyrande is down. The dwarf is all alone. No love for the dwarf, using stone form already. And he is getting hit after hit in the face. But they let him go. It's too much time wasted. They want to get the chest and they're taking them already. It's 3 coins currently against 8, against 10 right now. They're moving into the middle once more. They need a bit more to turn in. There it is. Okay, this is going to be the completed turn in. Let's look at the mid lane. It's not going to drop the keep. It's not going to drop the keep here. And up at the top we have Happy already going for chest number 2. So he's going to try and get that one now. This game is a bit sick right now. Evolutionary Link, it's not going to be high. It's not Hive Mind that they're using there. It is instead the Evolutionary Link. So this is going to be an important one, especially for Zeratul. He's getting picked. Doesn't really matter. Zeratul, Jaina, both of them can an insane amount of damage out there if they play it right. We have Unstable and Sefgar currently at the bot lane, going straight for those creeps. And as you can see, up to the top, it's still like that farming game that we're seeing from Kunichan and also, of course, the rest of the team getting those coins together. 14 for them. 14 coins against 10. That next fight is going to be so important. Like, that next fight could really turn the game around. If Arthas and ATN Fancy wins a fight with level 20 talents for both of the teams now, then they could get the additional 14 coins, have 2 turn-ins ready again, and go in. And Brightwing is dropping all of a sudden. Immediately the pause. Oh, well, that Russian internet is not doing too well, does it? Well, first we had the drive on Andy Lendy, now we're having the same thing on Sefgar, so that doesn't bode well. But for now, let's look at the numbers here a bit. Sefgar is already back, and in terms of damage, it looks like we're having Abathur still rocking the charts. Even a bit more than Kel'Thas right now. Kel'Thas only at 36,000. That really shows how much pressure he was under the entire time. In terms of siege damage, it's also, of course, Abathur and Jaina who do the most here, because they have like really good wave clear. And in regards to heal, we're having Brightwing definitely taking the crown for the day. 40,000 on him. Really impressive there. But well, with that being said now, we're going into the probably last few minutes of the game. We're 20 minutes in. We have still all of the structures still available to our Russian team. They, of course, are starting their mule off as well. A couple of the towers and of the walls are currently down, especially at the bot lane, but at the top lane we see the same picture. So if you get additional turn-ins, that could, first of all, it's going to demolish keep number 1. If you get another turn-in, then it's going to take down the tower and also put more pressure onto the keep that you could follow up with another move, because if you don't, then mule is going to heal that up again, and then you will have one more turn-in that you need just to drop the second one. So right now we're having also BKB Unstable and Kunichan up at the top lane here. Keep in mind that the heroic abilities are really key at this point. So Abathur waiting for this evolutionary link is going to be a very important part if they want to get toe-to-toe with their opponents. And currently Arthas and ATN Fancy is trying to go through the camps at the bot lane. So we're having him down here, trying of course to get the additional coins as well. It's 14 against 14. So far, well, the turn-ins are a bit cheaper at this point for Team Arthas. So the Russian team can get those turn-ins with 16 instead of 18 coins. Of course, you should always face check these debris thingies, these mini bushes there, making sure that there's not a party area being established. And are they going to try and set up a trap? Nah. There's also nobody even close. Boss is going to be up another 2 minutes, so that's not something that you can really bank your hopes on. Talking about camps in general, let's look at the hard camps, at the bruiser camps. We have 3 minutes for this one and 3 minutes and 40 for this one, since it's just now starting to push the top lane. But down here, it's double camp that's already trying to put pressure onto the bot lane here, and that is something that they have to take care about. That's something that they have to take care of. I'm actually surprised that they don't even care about the turn-in. I'm really surprised. Why would you not take care about that turn-in and try to contest that? I mean, what are they waiting for? There's very little that they can do. That's 16 coins turned in already. They want to go to the bot lane apparently and deep push that. But there's already a move in by Team Arthas, and yep, there they are. They're going to try and pressure that in. That's 2 camps that they can run right now. What is Unstable doing? Like, where does he want to come in? Of course he can use his Bolt of the Storm, I suppose, but still. Okay, they want to go for that. It's an interesting position for Unstable. That's a very interesting position. Yeah, okay. There's the Void Prism. They're going for it. Well, Unstable. He's now found. They're going in. One Jaina is there. Second one is already moving in. Oh, this one is already dead. That didn't do anything. Oh my god. Like, that trick or that attempt, that strategy backfired hard. That was an immediate move, taking down the copy. Down goes Brightwing, down goes Tyrael. This is going to be game. Yes, this is going to be game. 2 heroes down and you just move in. They have the 2 camps as well. The keep is already gone. They're simply going for core here. Alternate Fancy. Can they somehow be stopped? I doubt it. Kunichan doesn't have the Void Prism anymore. And the stun against Jaina. Ice Block being used, but the core is losing hit points already. Kunichan about to die. 11 coins on the ground, and this is going to be game. We're going to see map number 3 between the 2 teams here. GG, and well played by Alternate Fancy. An attempt to move in with a double Jaina from behind, backfiring against Arthas, and they have therefore to play game number 3 against their opponents.
Alternate Fancy, again victorious. Blackheart's Bay, just an amazing map for the team. They're doing so well here, and that ties the series up again. I'm actually loving this. Like, every single best of 3 that we cast these days goes the full distance. Now we're jumping into the 3rd map, Tomb of the Spider Queen, and we have a sick lineup here. Let's take a quick look at the lineup that we're having for Team Alternate Fancy first. They're running this with the Khaldors, they have Uther, and they have not only Muradin, but they have Kerrigan. A lot of CC, Gravity Labs, the stun of Uther, potential Divine Shield, Divine Storm, what's it going to be? Kerrigan would love a shield, of course. Her CC is going to be great in this game, and Muradin has the extra stun as well. That's a lot of CC and control that you have on this map. But then we're looking at Team Arthas, and Arthas is known to have some pretty funky comps, and oftentimes they actually work. And now they're running something that is absolutely unheard of. They are running not only Thrall, which is only like, what is going on? They're running Gazlowe. They are running Gazlowe here, and the first thought that I had when I saw this was like, oh my god, they're going to use Earthquake. Earthquake as a setup for the Gravel Bomb could definitely be a thing in this match now. Besides those 2 heroes, we are seeing Sylvanas being played by them and also Nuburak. So a lot of pushing power that they have, a lot of siege that they can bring to the table, and of course that wombo combo potential that we could see there. If that is being set up properly, they could do a lot of work, but of course Gazlowe is always a bit iffy. So far no team has really been able to make him work on the European server in competitive play. And we're going to find out in the 3rd map, the decisive map, if Arthas can actually do that, or if Alternate Fancy with that control composition that they have will prove to be too strong.
Game number 3, everybody, and we have a treat. We have, to the left side, Team Arthas in this 3rd game against Alternate Fancy, and just look at that setup! Sefka on Malfurion, and it's Kunichan on Gazlowe! Some Gazlowe for the Gazbro. We have Unstable on Sylvanas, and BKB on Anubarak, and just to make things even better, it's Andilendi on the War Chief. We have Thrall in the game, and this is going to be epic. To the right side of the map, it is Happy on Uther for ATN Fancy. We have Bloomy on Muradin, Devis on Vala, Crosby on Khaldor, and Darkmok playing Kerrigan. I'm loving this game already. This is just such a pleasure. Kerrigan, Thrall, and Gazlowe in the same game. Gazlowe viable? Can they win? What's it gonna be? Level 1 talent is immediately break it down. So right now, Gazlowe already doing his thing. This is not a penis coming through the map. Nope, that is actually the laser. And we're having, yes, there immediately the jump into the mid lane. So this is going to be fun. I'm really wondering what exactly is going to be the setup once that they hit level 10. The one thing that I am thinking about right now is, could they possibly go into Earthquake? Sundering is the talent that we have seen since the game started, since Thrall came out. It's the talent on the War Chief, and it is amazing. But in this case, if you go for the Gravel Bomb on Gazlowe, could they go into Earthquake to slow everybody down so much that you cannot dodge the Gravel Bomb, and then just try and run it, lock everybody down with the stuns, and move in, maybe use the Malfurion rule, use a Deafening Blast, or of course the Wailing Arrow at first for Sylvanas, and just lock everybody down there. This is going to be really awesome. I cannot wait, guys. This is going to be super fun. Right now, as you can already see, we have, of course, on this map, good map control with those turrets, but it's still the kill against the Nuburak that kicks things off. This is where we're seeing Alternate Fancy doing their thing. We have, again, a great game here so far, and especially, of course, Kerrigan gives a lot of potential control and also a huge amount of just danger to Team Alternate Fancy. They're doing well so far, and currently, of course, we have on Kerrigan the sweeping grasp taken, and block on the War Chief. Nice dodge here, and Nilendi being careful. Uses block on level 1, and they're trying to put some pressure on Kerrigan, successfully I might add. Oh, but they get the kill against Sylvanas. Nice stun combos that we saw there, and it's an early double kill already. Gazlowe at the bot lane is starting to do his thing here. The towers are already there, but the brawl is happening in the mid lane, where we once again see Kerrigan just waiting for an opportunity to jump in, and there it is, going for Nilendi. He's trying to dodge it. Very well done, using Wind Fury to speed himself up a bit. We're currently having Kuni-chan over here, and Nilendi is already in position right in the mid lane, pushing that pretty hard, by the way. So Vala doing a great job against Gazlowe. Also, we have in the mid lane now Nilendi and BKB looking for an opportunity to maybe stun out Muradin, which is not happening thus far. There's the turn-in attempt. Darkmog is already there too, and they turn in as many of the gems as they possibly can. We have also down here to the bot lane Kuni-chan currently trying to just like, use once again the laser and maybe get Davis here. Well, actually, did he miss? And Nubarak dying again in the mid lane. Well, right now, I mean, I'm really liking the setup that we're seeing for Team Arthas. I like that they have the balls to go for something like Thrall Gazlowe. But Vala, they get the kill against Vala. Okay, that was an important one, and Stable helping out. But the problem is, Unstable is not going to make it either here. So it's 3 kills against 1, 4 kills against 1 even, and a bit of a lead and experience that we're currently seeing for Team Alternate Fancy. They're playing this really well right now. It's the healer battle up at the top. It's probably one of the most boring things that you will ever see in your entire lives. It's basically these guys are just healing each other healing themselves the entire time, and nobody's gonna die there unless there's a rotation. Talking about rotations, there's already one happening as BKB stuns out Blumby. Davis, Darkmog, and Blumby are all at the bot lane, so Gazlowe has to be super careful here right now. We have Promote taken on level 4. Great talent to take on Gazlowe. It's very strong. You want to push in. You want to do that a lot. And that's exactly what's happening here. Of course, for both of the teams, we have a couple of Envenoms here. A double Envenom on Sylvanas and Thrall on the side. Oh, Blumby getting stunned. Can he go for Envenom? No. Nice Gravity Lapse. That Gravity Lapse definitely saving them from a lot of pain because, well, there could have been a second stun for BKB thanks to his burrow charge, but that didn't happen. So yeah, we have a double Envenom, Thrall and Sylvanas on the side of Team Arthas, but we have also one on the side of Kerrigan. Nice stun attempt against Medic Uther here, but yeah, so far, except for those kills that we see thanks to Kerrigan, there's not too much happening in that regard. Down to the bot lane on the other hand, we have still Unstable in position. There's an attempted turn in by Kuni-chan, dropping those turrets again. We're gonna of course have a closer look at his build as well later on in the game. Full beetle build on BKB, again going for the stun. There's no root follow-up just yet, and he cleanses himself. They have level 7 already, that gives them a lead in talents, and that cleanse was definitely important here. Heavy making sure that he's not getting locked down. Darkmog with an attempt to maybe stun, doesn't jump in just yet. Nah, he's not going for it yet. Battle momentum taken, and that might allow Kerrigan to get her comms off a bit more often in these fights that we are of course expecting later on. Gazlowe going for the engine gunk. Turrets slow the movement speed for 2 seconds, and that is super annoying. Like, if you've ever faced the Gazlowe who uses that, that is annoying as hell. If you have those turrets everywhere on the map and you get continuously slowed, it's really a pain. And of course, this is also going to be great to control these turning spots. But so far, Kuni-chan is getting killed. They're trying to get a counter kill at least against Kerrigan, and they do. And Davis might now die as well. Oh my god, Unstable is really going for it, isn't he? Wow, Vala survives just barely. Really nice moves, aggressive ones from both teams once again. But as you can see, it is an even trade. 2 kills against 5 in this case now. We're having With the Wind over Barb Shot taken. We have Unstable Poison here on level 7 right now. And of course, we also want to see what the War Chief has taken on the next turn. It's the Frost Wolf's Grace here. It's basically a little bit like a healing potion that they're running on Thrall. So that can be pretty fun. And even a Mule on Malfurion. Interesting to not see Enduring Growth taken, which is a very common talent on Malfurion to get the extra heal in. But apparently Mule is something that they really value very highly in this case right now. And yeah, that could definitely help, of course. But level 10, that is when I suspect the fun is going to begin. And I really want to see what these talents are going to be. Especially what we're going to see on Thrall. Is it going to be the standard talent? Is it going to be Thundering? Sundering, or is they going to go for Earthquake and really try to go for that big control and then the grabber bomb setup? A lot of pressure in the mid lane. I mean, just look at that pressure that we're seeing here from Alternate Fancy. Gazlowe is already down here at the bot lane, spawning his towers everywhere. Pretty decent control. I mean, that's not only vision for you, that's also control that you have with that. The 10 is going to hit so much faster though for Alternate Fancy, and currently Alternate Fancy is doing really well with this. They got the first Web Weavers. They also have now, well, there's still only 18 gems that were turned in by their opponent. So Arthas is starting to struggle here a bit. This is definitely a setup that they've run a lot in the past. I was already asking earlier, hey guys, what exactly are you going to go for on 10? And they was just laughing and saying, just you wait. So I'm expecting big things here. We're seeing Maelstrom, of course, taken. Strafe, Maelstrom. We also have Phoenix and Avatar. I guess for Uther. It's actually interesting to see what we're going to have now. Is it going to be Divine Storm or Divine Shield? Both of them are possible. Divine Storm would definitely be something that Kerrigan would be very happy about, so that she can just jump in, and there they are, the 10s. And it is Earthquake! It is Earthquake! They go for it! The Gravel Bomb and the Earthquake! Yes! Oh, I can't wait to see if they get that combo off, and we have Divine Shield now taken. The blue Web Weavers are descending, and boys, this is going to be a very interesting game. I mean, of course, it's already pretty cool since we have Gazlord in the match, but now with Earthquake, this is going to be a good one. This is actually the first game that I cast where we have Earthquake. There was a game back in the days when Thrall was just released where Team Liquid was using it on Blackheart's Bay to disengage from opponents and only play the objectives, but ever since then it was all about Sundering. Earthquake, as you can see here, same with the cooldown, 16 seconds, but it slows enemy by 70%. It lasts for a long time, and that allows you to set the grabber bomb up so that nobody can really run away from that. So this is going to be a really, really fun setup that we're going to see there, and I can't wait to see how that's going to work out. Just look at all these towers, by the way. Slowing opponents down, they just move straight through everything. Take down at this point the fort. It's the even experience that we're having, and this is a map there are, of course, a lot of really narrow stages. There are like a lot of narrow areas that you have, little nooks where your opponent has to cluster up, and you might be able to get that set up. Gazlowe is starting to run with the team now a lot more than he did before. He soloed the lane at the bottom, and they're already waiting over here. Gazlowe is moving away. Uh-oh, that could be it. This could be it. They're going in, and are they going for it? No, not just yet. And of course, you know that Alternate Fancy, I mean, they know exactly what's going on here. And they are like, guys, we have to be super careful here. Nice Phoenix. I mean, that ultimate has like a 40-second cooldown, so why not just use it to zone out your opponent a little bit? Web Weavers have been called down, and that is actually pretty nice for Alternate Fancy here. But this game is starting to become very back and forth. This is going to be super fun here. The Wombo combo, they're going to try and go for it. They don't really have a lot of Wombo combo damage when it comes to their abilities. There's no Jaina for burst damage, there's no Kel'Thas over here for Phoenix or Flame Strike. But once you really get that stun lock with Gravel Bomb and of course those 2 stuns that we are expecting from Gazlowe, then you can really do a whole lot of work just with your auto attacks, and especially of course Thrall. Once that the War Chieftain gains momentum, you can get a ton of damage out there. The 13 talents aren't there just yet. The Web Weavers are still being taken out. Kerrigan was trying another Wombo combo. That didn't really work out. BKB is currently with 15 gems, pretty rich and doesn't want to lose them. Needs to join up with the rest of the team. Andilendi apparently going just for another wolf, sending that in and trying to lock down Blumby. But the bot lane, that's where it looks like Alternate Fancy is going to make another stand. Moves in, takes down a fort. Yeah, top lane is going to be defended, but that fort is of course going to give them a level 13, and that is an extra talent that they're going to run right now, and this is what we're probably going to see soon also for Team Arthas. At least they're trying. Frost shot taken, flamethrower as well. Uh-oh, and the stun lock against BKB. Yep, that did not really work out as intended for him. Apparently was trying to soak the experience of the bot lane and to slow that down. They have to move back. They could potentially lose a keep here already. Kunichan doesn't even bother with that. Apparently they're absolutely okay losing that keep. What is going on? They're losing. What? Sylvanas is now down as well. What is Arthas doing? Oh my god, like up at the top lane we are still seeing Kunichan. He's now moving back. Yes, that's going to be keep. They could have defended that. I'm pretty sure that they could have done. They could have tried. I mean, 13 talents are there, and I guess the whole idea of keeping the Gazlowe up at the top lane was to soak enough experience so that they at least have level 13. But Sylvanas dying at the top bot lane just after moving in, that was definitely a problem. Now Sefka is being jumped, uses the ice block to get away, but that's not. Well, there's another storm ball. Wow, he dodges that too. Wow, Sefka. Oh my god, really well played here. Heals himself with Tranquility. Can't believe that he got that off. Really well played, great. That was an amazing move by Sefka. Ice blocking the combo of Kerrigan, just dodging the Stormbolt, moving away out of harm's way, out of the stun, healing himself in the last second, not even using Tranquility until the last moment when he really had to. Now they're moving in. So far we haven't seen that combo go off once. Gazlowe is on the move, but yeah, they're not taking it just yet. Trying to get a bit more siege damage in. The 13 talents, that's why we have turret storage, so yeah, that you have the maximum turret charges on 3. It helps them, of course, to put those out a lot faster during a battle. We have also Spell Shield taken on Thrall, making him a lot more tanky in this case. Uther, by the way, also with a Spell Shield in this game. Yeah, Evasive Fire and Ice Block, which we already saw in action, but yeah, 7 kills against 2. I mean, it's all about that wombo combo potential, I want to say. But, oh, there we go, mid lane. Kerrigan, of course, at the front line. I mean, if she gets the lockdown on any of these heroes, then it's basically lights out the mule even for the tower here in the mid lane. I'm liking it. This is pretty cool. So where's the Gazbro? Gazbro needs to do his thing. So far it didn't happen. 14 versus 15. That's what we're currently seeing in levels here. Just to give you a bit of an idea about the damage and also siege damage. Gazlowe, of course, at this point, 47,000. Siege, not too bad. Not really a lot of hero damage thus far yet, though. Didn't really get the chance to do that in mid lane. Kuni-chan again. Just waiting. Ah, well. That was a bit anticlimactic. Yeah. A bit too soon, Gazlowe. A bit too soon. Okay, so before I make any dirty jokes here, we have apparently a boss attempt. They don't even have 16 yet. That is a very ballsy call. They go into the throw pit. They go for the throw pit, and, well, they can't take that. Nah. They can bait out something, maybe. Yeah, they go for BKB, and BKB! Where's that? There's the earthquake! There's the earthquake! And where's the setup? Oh, BKB is down, and, well, this didn't really work the way that they wanted to, did it? Well, Andilendi is about to die. Kerrigan jumps in. Oh, my God. Once again, the ice book in the last second, but that's a 4-man surround right there. Yeah, I mean, I guess the setup is really nice if you're just like able to do something about it and really get the damage in, but the problem is if your opponent is slowed and still wrecks you where the earthquake takes place, then you can't really do a whole lot. They didn't get that perm stun off, did they? I mean, the combo was there, or at least the attempt of a combo, but oh my god, like, oh wow, oh god, that hurts. Ooh, okay, Gazlord not viable, confirmed. Yeah, this is not looking pretty. 15 versus 17, the extra talent here, double blood for blood, ignite, benediction and stoneform, and alternate fancy is just moving through and goes straight for the heart. In this case, the keep took that down, and there's the web weavers now soon as well, isn't that? No, actually they don't even go for the web weavers directly, they go first for the move up at the boss. They don't have enough gems anyways, so turning in here wouldn't really help them too much. But brutal. Absolutely brutal. This is not looking pretty at all. Right now we have Unstable, BKB and Andilendi moving through the lanes. Ah, god. I guess if they take that comp just once, they might be able to make something happen here. Boss taken. They get the web weavers though. So this, it's not over yet. It's not over yet. But they're of course in a pretty shitty spot. I'm not gonna lie here. 2 of the keeps down. That is never good for you. BKB is moving away. Bloomby. Okay, he's not gonna capture him yet. Well, Happy might. And... no! The beetle! The love beetle is burrowing away. Well, he doesn't have the skin, but still. So, yeah, 16 to 18. At least the same talents, right? Double blood for blood, cold embrace, stone form. Stone form, stone skin, sorry. Look at that. Stone skin Gazlowe. Best Gazlowe. Alright, up at the top lane, he took out the boss already. I mean, this guy, okay, he had a little bit of help, let's be fair. He had help with the web weavers, but yeah. Heroic abilities are all up again. All of them are up once again. So, they're trying to use that now. We have Hardened Focus taken on Malfurion, and we're going straight into another potential battle. The blue web weavers have been released, and currently the only one that's still alive is the one at the top lane that was helping to defend against the golem. Over here, structure is not really taken out just yet. A bit of a trap that they are attempting to set up here. Malfurion might be the bait. So far, Sefka has done a really good job at just moving away from these moments, but yeah, not quite yet. So, let's see. They are moving up over here. Yeah, well, there we have Andilendi. What did he actually take? He also took a blood for blood, so it's a double blood for them. And Alternate Fancy. Look at those guys. I mean, they are really cheeky, right? They try another setup and they just take now, real quickly, the minions of their opponent. But it should already be visible that there is currently somewhere a creep camp taken, but they're probably assuming that it's the one to the left side. So they're just stealing that away. They're just stealing the camp. They're not even taking it just yet. Here we go. And I think they won't be in time to defend this, right? I mean, now we have Alternate is playing just great here. They rotate through the map exactly where they have to. This could be it. This could be it. Andilendi is moving into the middle. There's the Earthquake. Gravel Bomb! Where is it? They don't get it together. They just don't get the setup properly. They're getting stunned once, two. There we go. It's suddenly two of the heroes down. But we have the counter kill against Anubarak and also against Gazlord. They're trying to go in once again. And the kill against Davis. They might get the one against Happy as well. Unstable. Oh my god. Kerrigan is just going ham here. Kerrigan is going completely ham. Happy and Darkmog, they are still alive and they want Sevka. Sevka, like, when was the last time that you saw a nearly entire team wipe and the only one surviving was Malfurion? I cannot even remember when that happened the last time to me. We have Sevka playing a great game on his Anubarak, but it's just not enough. This is not working out the way that they intended. They tried to go for that wombo combo potential, and it just didn't work out just yet. They don't seem to have that damage. We have Kerrigan now currently looking at Nexus Blades. Nexus Blades, right? Yeah, of course. Nexus Blades, Redemption, Hardened Shield, 2 Bolt of the Storms, and they are 2 level ahead, and they killed every single keep in the game. Arthas is in trouble. Arthas actually has that, well, they have that thing where they seem to experiment on the 3rd map a lot in Best of 3 series, but they're just trying to get these things off, and it just backfires against them so much. It backfires so incredibly much against them, and in this case it seems to happen again. Oftentimes there is just a bit of a throw on the 3rd map because they try to use something fancy to surprise their opponent, to play a comp that they can use there. Again, this is where we could see another attempt. Silence is already there, and it just doesn't work. It's not enough. They use the Grabber Bomb, but it's just simply not enough. They don't get the stuns in. That's basically their biggest problem. The Grabber Bomb alone doesn't really do anything. You need to get those stuns in and lock them down. Darkmog is cleaning up house, getting 1, getting 2 kills. Only Gazlowe is surviving. Well, actually, he's not really surviving. He's just back to business, and he's going in. Well, buddy, that tower is not going to help you here. I'm sorry. They kill. It's the full man white. 20 kills against 6. Alternate Fancy advances to the final Best of 3 series of the day, where they will meet Gamers 2. Great play by both of the teams here. Team Arthas has the balls to risk something. It doesn't pay off for them, unfortunately, but Alternate Fancy say thank you and advance to the grand final of the Go for Heroes monthly final. Congratulations.
Quite unfortunate setup that we have there for Arthas. They never really got that wombo combo to work the way that they wanted. They got the Grabber Bomb in, they got also the Earthquake, but those stuns were just missing, and that control that we see from Alternate Fancy. They love these control comps, these CC comps. They moved in, they stunned everybody out, and especially Kerrigan was completely taking opponents apart with their stun comps, that damage, and later on even the Omega Storm. Great play here on the side of Alternate Fancy. Arthas with the balls to try something new, but it didn't work out for them. Therefore, Alternate Fancy, again, they take 2 wins in a row. They're able to win this series and advance to the final of the Go for Heroes monthly final. Very, very solid play here on the side of Alternate Fancy. So congratulations to them. I hope that you guys enjoyed the series. I have to say it was a pleasure casting it. The first map, like all the aggression in the 3rd map, then Alternate Fancy, or sorry, Arthas trying something new here, showing us Gazlowe in competitive play, and also Thrall. Absolutely loving it. If you did too, give the video a thumbs up on YouTube. Post a comment in the comment section if you have any questions or comments about the game. And of course, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, you should definitely hit that sub button. Thank you very much for tuning in once again today. See you guys next time with more Heroes of the Storm, and have a great day. Bye bye.